This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and this first story comes from London, and it's about an estranged husband that has been found guilty of killing his former partner. Denise Keane-Simmons, 45 years old of no fixed address, was convicted at the Old Bailey on the 31st of August. He will be sentenced on the 22nd of September, and the jury heard how Simmons deliberately set a fire at a residential property in Alric Avenue in the early hours of Thursday the 16th of April 2020. Denise Keane-Simmons, rest in peace, was 36 years old. She was inside the property at the time and was found suffering serious injuries. She was taken to hospital but later pronounced dead at 6:07. The pair had been married since 2019, and when the relationship broke down a few months before, the separation caused Simmons to begin a campaign of abuse and torment against his former partner. On the evening of Wednesday the 15th of April 2020, Simmons posted an intimate photo of Denise on Instagram. At 10:30 on the 15th of April, he was seen on CCTV filling up a jerry can at a petrol station in Hornsey Rise. Denise had reported the Instagram image to the police, and officers went to her address shortly after midnight on the 16th of April 2020. This was to take a statement from her, and they stayed around for about an hour, leaving Denise in the care of a friend who was in her 60s, and she stayed at the property that night with Denise. During this time, Simmons was seen boarding a bus and travelled to Harlesden, where he was hiding near to Denise's property at 2:10 in the morning. He was seen on CCTV pouring petrol through the letterbox into the house, and he used a panel of wood to smash a glass window before climbing into the property, and a short time later the fire was started. Emergency services were called and firefighters entered the property. They found Denise suffered serious injuries in an upstairs bedroom, and she was taken to hospital and subsequently pronounced dead the next day. A post-mortem examination carried out on the 22nd of April 2020 found her cause of death to have been severe burns and smoke inhalation, and further analysis suggested that Simmons poured petrol all over her body. Denise's friend, who was aged, as I said, in her 60s, was sleeping in the same property, was able to escape through a bedroom window and did not suffer any serious injuries. Simmons himself was found lying in the garden beneath a bathroom window, and he is believed to have jumped out of the property. He was arrested at the scene and taken to hospital with minor injuries and then taken into custody. He told the police and various doctors that he intended only to harm himself. Detective Inspector Neil John from the Specialist Crime Command said, "My thoughts are with Denise's family, and I hope that they find some degree of comfort in the justice that has been served." The actions of Denise Simmons that night were calculated, and the jury have come to the conclusion that he set out that night not to just kill himself, but to kill Denise. His actions were reckless, and he cruelly took away Denise's life and took her away from her family. This behaviour epitomises domestic abuse, and something else to definitely highlight in this video as well, the aspect of revenge porn. A recent report by the Independent newspaper said that revenge porn had increased during lockdown by 22%, and this is just the reported cases. So when people send intimate pictures to each other during a relationship, and then them pictures are used in a way to blackmail the person or embarrass them after the relationship has ended, that has been a criminal offence since 2015. And this is what Damien did in this case. He posted an intimate image of her to social media. The domestic violence charity Refuge found that revenge porn is fairly common among young women, and this case is an example that it's not just young people. The organisation did a questionnaire on 2,000 people and found that 60% of them, who were under 40, suggested revenge porn takes place across age groups. So everybody must understand that relationships end badly sometimes, and the way you deal with it is so important, and it affects so many other people as well. So if you're having a bad time with a breakup, please talk to somebody and don't let it get this bad where you start acting strange and putting other people's lives at risk. So really appreciate you joining me for this episode. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and get the latest updates at scarcitystudios.com. Rest in peace to Denise Keane.